Oh, snap. Live once again. Good to see y'all. My name's Patrick. If you like true crime, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit the thumbs up button over there, YouTube. We're live on TikTok as well. TikTok, tap the screen like crazy. Good to see everybody. Micah Miller, like I was saying on TikTok during the pre-show, it's pretty much dominating social media right now. I saw this guy behind me. His name's Gavin Fish. Really awesome guy. Make sure you go subscribe to him uh, on YouTube. The link is in the description, YouTube. So make sure you go subscribe. But he did a video that says more of JP Miller's sins are exposed and lies are exposed after Micah Miller's passing. Whoa. Okay, I want to know what's going on here. Apparently there was an article that he found that was really, really good. So let's do it. Let's give it a listen. Let's give it a listen. I'm gonna shrink myself down over on YouTube. And oh, Julia, howdy, ma'am. Thank you for the for that. Appreciate that. Oh, we got one of the hard things and I missed it. Thank you. All right, let's go. Let's see what's going on here.
I have found an article, thanks actually to my sister. She sent it to me. That is such good reporting on pastor. Now, everybody just realized that when I say pastor, I'm doing air quotes, okay? Pastor
Right.
JP Miller down there in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Obviously the it pains me to say this, the widow, because they were still married, of Micah Miller, though estranged. Let's not even give him that honor, okay? He was not her widower.
Right.
Not at all. But the husband of Micah Miller, who passed away in April, the official story is that she did it to herself. But you guys know that I deeply believe that if she did it, it was JP Miller who drove her to it. And if some of the things that have been reported by Micah's family are true,
KT, thank you.
then I'm kind of teetering over to the side of, no, she probably didn't do it.
Ooh.
I need to check a couple things here real quick. It looks like my system is kind of weirdo. No, we're good. Okay, we're good. Before I really dig into this, guys, I wanted to tell you that unceremoniously, we have passed 75,000 subscribers here on YouTube, which is
boom. There you go, Gavin.
just crazy shocking to me. And I know that it
Make
was
sure you follow me. All the link is in the description.
unceremonious, but I am so grateful to all of you who come and join me.
Julia, thank you for that thing too.
Every time or some of the time or whenever I go live here on YouTube. I'm so thankful. Thank you so much for the support that you give me all the time. I deeply, deeply appreciate it. All right. We are going to go over to a story that was written by the Post and Courier down there in South Carolina. Let's bring you over here. Wrong one. Bring you over here. Okay. This story is titled The Double Life of Pastor J.P. Miller, How Micah Miller's Death Exposed the Sins of Her Husband. And I thought it was just a bombshell when we got Micah's list last week.
Yup. Y'all remember that one? If you don't, it's up on YouTube. We reacted to that too, the whole Micah's list. I think it was just a few days ago. It was like Friday.
But there is stuff in here that is it's just remarkably crazy.
And that the stuff that was on that list was pretty damn crazy.
I just can't even. One of the things that came to light, one of the parts of this expose is the church bought an airplane and something like 12 cars were owned by this church.
What the fuck? Oh, that's right. That's right, y'all. All these big churches and all these, televangelists and all this stuff, they got to be on airplanes so that they're closer to Jesus, right? 37,000 feet. I'm closer to the Lord. That's how I get my messages. I got to practice my sermons as I'm closer to the Lord Jesus Christ. You what? That's crazy as hell. That is crazy as hell. Fly commercial like all of us. And why fly? What the hell? What are you doing flying around anyways? I don't know. This is crazy as hell. Let's continue, shall we? By the way, TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. My name's Patrick. If you like true crime, I'm live every night. Hit the follow button, tap the screen like crazy, y'all. Let's get 25,000 likes as fast as possible. Hit me with the little flex heart thingies, whatever it is. That's what TikTok wants right now to spread the live stream out. Those things right there. And if you want to watch the video with us, like along with us, come over to YouTube. Just search The Mystery Project on YouTube. You can find the channel. Subscribe to the channel. The Mystery Project, y'all. The Mystery Project is pinned on the screen up here. Subscribe and come on in. And shout out to YouTube already. You got over 100 people in there. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button for me, would you? That just helps the video. It just helps. The interaction helps spread the word. So I appreciate the love. Hit the subscribe button. Do all the things. Shout out to Rumble, too. We got some people over on Rumble. Yeah, let's go. Let's keep it going, y'all. Keep it going.
This was not a church. This was a business. This was a worship business, and it's falling apart. It's falling apart. And for the sake of everybody involved, I hope that it completely crumbles all the way down. But let's go ahead and get into this awesome expose by Brandon Lockett from the Post and Courier. All right. Myrtle Beach. From the pulpit of his church, John Paul Miller had a warning for his congregation. Reading through his wife's text messages, which we knew about, he counted 18 people who had contacted her in the last 2 years, promising they'd keep her secrets if she ever needed someone to talk with about him. On that day in March, Miller was in the midst of a messy divorce initiated by his 30-year-old wife, Micah. Her litany of accusations against him included engaging in adultery, stalking her with tracking devices, and spreading lies about her in the church. By the way, as we have...
Jesus. What are you, 8 years old? JP, what are you 11 years old? Well, I heard. You in middle school crying in the grass?
What the fuck?
Learned from the press conference and learning from the whole document surrounding Micah's list, man, she was just trapped in this cycle that she just couldn't get out. And so many people, I would say mostly women, but men too, are in this trap that they can't get out of. And
whoa.
Yeah. Pastor Miller, Pastor, remember, every time I say pastor, guys, I am using air quotes. All right.
Pastor.
I think that it's important to say the word, not because I believe that he is a man of God who has a flock that is following him. It's because it's so cognitively dissonant, right? That it's important that we all have our cockles up, have our little antenna up, so that we aren't trapped in these kinds of things too.
Call it out. That's what I'm saying, Gavin. Good man. Y'all know that's what I do over here too. I don't let them get away with shit. I'm trying to call them out on it. I see some shit that don't add up. I'm like, nope.
Okay. All right. All right. Miller told those in attendance at his Solid Rock and Market Common Church that when Christian women want to talk about others who've hurt them, they should talk to Jesus. Quote, if somebody calls you, quote, if somebody calls to you and say bad things about somebody else, Miller said, that's a demon talking to you. Of course, we know that he was...
Isn't that what you're doing? And how does that dude say that anybody else is a demon? Like, what? Bro, you need to go back and listen to a little bit of that MJ. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Like, I mean, do yourself a favor. Go. They remastered that whole bad album. So put on track 6 or 7, whichever one Man in the Mirror was. Just take that shit in, bro. You know what I mean? Light some candles, get a little incense going, pull the shades down, take the fucking Spider-Man costume off, and listen to that song. Would you do that?
He was gaslighting his congregation, right? It's so bad, so bad. Micah Miller would call police 3 times over the next 4 days to talk about her husband, known by most as JP. She said he had slashed her tires, tracked her car, and shown up at a gas station to harass her, according to police reports. We've looked at those reports here on the channel. And by the way, guys, I want to let you know, I didn't bring it up, so it's not prepared to show you, but I have requested a whole bunch of stuff from Horry County, from Robeson County, from as many places where I think that there are issues, there are things that we can look at in this case. One of the things that I've requested is any audio, video, body-worn cameras, dash cameras, those kinds of things from the police that we can get our hands on. And I heard back from the custodian of records that they are sharing the cost amongst all of us who have requested those things. So I have sent in my portion of that cost. We will have more stuff to show here on the channel. Okay.
That's pretty awesome.
All right. She told an officer she feared for her life. 6 weeks later, Micah Miller was found dead in a state park in North Carolina. Authorities have ruled her death as she did it to herself. But Micah's family and friends have continued to push for a deeper accounting of JP's alleged behavior during the marriage and the toll they said it took on his young wife. JP Miller, his attorney, and several people close to him either declined to comment for this story or didn't return messages. This is good reporting, guys. This is very good reporting.
Rhonda, thank you.
JP 45 would not speak with a reporter who visited his home on May 7th, and he did not come to the door during a return visit on June 3rd. So they tried to give him ample opportunity to participate in this story. Maybe the first wise thing that JP Miller has done is not talked to reporters. Anyway, but JP, has steadfastly maintained in statements that he didn't abuse Micah and that he is simply a grieving husband struggling to come to grips with his wife's untimely death. Yeah.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
Literally? I mean, come on. We got so many. There's emails from you admitting doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Literally, you admitted it. And you're going to try and say something like that? This is crazy as hell, y'all. Crazy as hell. Samantha, thanks for the heart me. Y'all, we're trying to get that on TikTok so that they'll continue to share the live stream out. It says heart me something. Heart me flex. Tap the screen too. We got 25,000. Let's get 50,000 likes. And hit the follow button if you're new here. YouTube also, I see a bunch of y'all new. Blah, 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 blah. Hold on. Caffeine. YouTube, I see a bunch of new people coming in. Do me a favor. Subscribe to the channel. And hit that thumbs up button. All right, let's keep going.
Grieving husband. Where was the... Oh, yeah. Let's watch this real quick.
She was probably the greatest wife that anyone could ask for. She was incredibly affirming. We spent every night together for hours, just talking and talking and talking. She had struggled with us.
Oh, my goodness. Just that perfect.
What? What the fuck?
Everything that dude says, I just like get like physically ill.
Performance kills me. The choking up, going.
Gavin, amen, dude. You got it. You did it better than me.
But not a tear shed and then able to get back on message. He's such a performer. Okay. Still, the scrutiny of JP's life has uncovered troubling details about his church and the men who followed his disgraced father into the ministry. And we're going to get into Pastor Wayne Miller here in a second too.
Okay? Oh, God.
A man who, just like his father,
that dude's crazy as shit.
Blamed the problems in his marriage on his wife while reportedly hiding his own demons. There's a picture of Micah from her Ring camera. Okay, the Post and Courier spoke with a dozen people connected to the Miller family, the church, and the bar that JP co-owned until recently.
When he transferred it to one of his sons or something, I heard.
Yeah.
And it's called something stupid. And it's like called like, what's it called? Alligator sweat or something like that. Alligator boulders. I don't know, something stupid.
When people found out that he was a co-owner of a bar, his parishioners, I'm sure that they had some feelings about that. Okay, reporters also reviewed sermons, text messages, property records, police reports, and court filings. Together, they illuminate the secret life of a religious leader accused in court records of doing this to these girls and abusive behavior.
Jesus. Y'all, I know it's Crocodile Rocks. I'm just kidding. I say stupid stuff sometimes just so y'all will comment and be like, you idiot. I'm just kidding. I'm being facetious. Plus, I don't want to give, any publicity to something that could potentially, monetarily support
behavior.
that whole thing. Anyways, welcome back, everyone. Good to see y'all. Thanks for the live gifts on TikTok too, y'all. The channel's not monetized, so I appreciate that. We got 10 more of those little thingies. Thank you.
Toward women, including both of the women he married. They paint a portrait of a pastor who didn't practice what he preached. And I'm going to give you a little foreshadowing on this, guys.
That's literally the epitome of this case. Not practicing what you preach.
This article actually perfectly verbalizes what I have struggled to say when it comes to why JP Miller even had all these followers. It's really terrific writing, really good reporting. Let's get into it. Investigators cleared JP Miller of direct involvement in Micah's death. He was in Charleston at the
Unduck with Abel. Thank you.
time with
Miss Ducky. Good to see you.
The woman he's reportedly dating. He had been served with divorce papers from Micah days before she died. The day after Micah's body was found, JP informed his congregation
thank you.
of her passing at the end of a Sunday morning sermon. He told them that she did it to herself, I'm going to say, after a long struggle with mental illness.
He said it was self-induced. And he said it weird as shit too. He said, my wife is, it was self-induced. Remember that? Crazy.
We have all seen that, right? We've seen those clips. Let's see if.
Yes, we have. Angie going in hard right now. Thank you so much.
How long is this video? Hang on.
Oh, we hit it. Thank you.
Just a second.
We're not going to do an altar call today. Instead,
It's a minute long. Let's just watch it.
Instead, I'm going to have you stand up and I'm going to make an announcement.
When he says, stand to your feet, stand to your feet, it pisses me off. I hate that. I don't know why, but I hate it. I absolutely hate when he says, well, anything, but like that phrase specifically, y'all stand at your feet. It just pisses me off. Like I literally am going to rage flip my entire setup every time I hear him say that. I need to relax.
And after the announcement, I'm going to ask that you leave church quietly and don't talk about the announcement here in the building, please, if you can, so y'all can stand to your feet. Before I make the announcement, I also want to say that my request to you is that you will continue to come to church and serve and give for the next little bit, because I don't want to have. I'm taking a little bit of a break, and I don't want to have to worry about the church.
You should take a permanent break from just everything. I'm taking a little bit of a break. A little bit break. No, take a permanent break. Do the whole world a favor. Just go somewhere. Do something. Or who knows? Maybe he had nothing to do with it. Maybe he did have something to do with it. I don't know. Hopefully, whatever is the truth comes out. Whatever happens, there's justice. But my God, this dude. I was about to say something. I can't remember what I was going to say. Oh, TikTok, come over to YouTube and watch the video along with us. If you want to see the video, we're live on YouTube as well. The Mystery Project on YouTube. Just search the Mystery Project. You'll find the channel. Subscribe. Hit the thumbs up button. We got almost 100 likes, y'all. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the thumbs up button real quick. Let's get over 100 likes. And let's keep going. Let's keep it going.
My break may be a few days, a few weeks. I don't know. I got a call late last night.
Decades, few millennia.
My wife has passed away. And yeah, it was
Doug, thank you. You guys are sweet. Julia, thank you.
It was self-induced, and it was up in North Carolina.
It was self-induced.
And we're gonna have a funeral for her next Sunday here at 3 p.m. And so it's all I can. Yeah,
the woman on the stage off to the left.
Adrenaline right now. So y'all pray for me and my kids and everybody. And she wasn't. Y'all knew that she wasn't well mentally, and that she needed medicine. It was hard to get to her. And
y'all know she wasn't. What? No, we don't know anything. We just know what you're saying.
So I'm sure there'll be more details to come, but just keep our family in your prayers.
That's enough. Okay, so
Gavin said that's enough, man. Shut the hell up.
Yeah, we've all watched that video. It's absolutely shocking that he
Cringe.
did it that way. But we're going to learn a little bit more about what happened there. Okay. The way he
Oh, I know what I was gonna say. Y'all, do me a favor. TikTok, do me this huge favor real quick. Click my face, go to the profile. The last video I just posted, literally the last one I just posted, it's the video about the video JP made, like the little TikTok thing that he made. Would y'all do me a huge favor? It's the one with him and the little Spider-Man thing, which I mean, my God. Okay. To each their own. Go leave a like, go leave a comment, and repost that video. Would you guys do that for me, please? And thank you. TikTok doesn't like sharing out videos and stuff, especially true crime videos. It's crazy because of the things that we talk about. But we got like 300 likes and almost 100 comments. Would y'all please just go like that thing up? Make sure you've liked the video. Just leave a whole bunch of comments. Favorite it, share it, do all that stuff, repost it. Because yeah, people need to see that. People need to see that. His little statement of why he's been quiet and everything. It's something else. Let me tell you, the life-size Spider-Man in the shot with him is the least shocking thing in that video. So let's continue, shall we? Hit the follow button too, and YouTube, hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up button. Oh, look, over 100. Let's go for 200 likes, YouTube.
told his church, asking people to leave without discussing her death and urging them to keep attending and giving. That's the main thing, right?
Yeah.
While he went on leave, fueled widespread suspicion about his behavior. Yeah, because his behavior
Bro, I would rather buy a ticket on the Ocean Gate than donate to that to him. You know what I'm saying?
is sus.
Like right now.
Miller's first wife, Alison Williams, divorced him after discovering he was having an affair with Micah, a church member who babysat for the family. Micah was
Burn in hell for that too.
married to JP's best friend at the time, divorce records indicate. JP officiated their wedding. Most of us, if you look around on the internet, we've seen even those photos, right? Where he's standing like at the, whatever they would call that, the dais or the rostrum,
Altar.
whatever. And there his best friend is marrying Micah Miller. He was the one. If this weren't real, if I didn't know this were real, I would think that somebody made this up. This came from a book, right?
Right?
Okay, Micah later told police that JP had, quote,
One of those novels that's got like the dude with the hella long hair in the front and like his shirt's open down to his belly button, and he's like,
groomed her while she worked for him at Solid Rock, police reports show. She had attended the church since she was 15, according to court records. In court papers filed last week seeking full custody of their 2 teenage children, Williams included emails, text messages, and a voicemail showing Micah had reached out to her for help getting away from JP. And I think I shared that voicemail with you guys a little earlier. Do I have that?
yeah, and that's on the page too, y'all. If you haven't heard that yet. And it sounds like he's gonna play it anyways. When she was calling Allison and like was asking if she knew of a counselor or somebody to help. And you could hear it in her voice, man. She is trying so hard to just put all of that dude and all of that crap behind her. But then you're going to do that? It's weird, y'all. I'm telling you, there's a reason why cases like this just overtake everything. Because yes, there are a lot of not very intelligent people out there, but as a whole, we can see through bullshit pretty well. You know what I mean? We all kind of get those vibes of like, nope, hell no.
Handy. Let's see. Yeah, here it is. Micah's voicemail to Allie. Here we go.
Hey, Allie, it's Micah. This is my new number. Please don't give it to anybody. But I just wanted to see who your counselor was to help you. You can walk through forgiveness and stuff. Keep your heart right through all of the. I'll lose myself in this, and I don't want to pursue anything out of anger or vengeance or anything like that. I want to be free, keep my soul right. So if you just text me in the evening that I'm a good counselor, you know, I'm greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
This poor girl.
Now, if Micah had wanted to get back at him in anger and vengeance, knowing now what we saw in Micah's list just a few days ago, I wouldn't blame her at all. But she is seeking to be a good woman following the Christian faith that she loved, right? Okay. Micah had also asked to talk to her about the children's safety.
Yeah, with everything that happened, y'all, and all this stuff that we're hearing, all these alleged things and the things he's admitted to and all that stuff, man, it's crazy as hell. I feel like there's a lot, because we talk about a lot of these cases too, where like the spouse or the wife or the girlfriend is like pushed to the point of like, you know, and we talk about those cases a lot. And the fact that we're not talking about this case in that way is a testament to how strong Micah Miller was and is, right? I mean, my God, because there's probably a bunch of y'all watching right now that'd be like, oh, try it, JP. If somebody did that shit to y'all, it'd be like, nope, hell no.
Texts sent from one child's phone to Micah were allegedly written by JP, begging Micah to come home, the records show. And I can just imagine JP being like, oh man, I've gone too far. She needs to come home. We can't do this. People will find out, right? Just the panic. And now he's impersonating his children. A judge on May 29th granted Williams' emergency request.
How sick do you have to be to impersonate your children to try to manipulate somebody to do what you want them to do? Oh, you won't listen to me? I'm gonna pretend to be one of the babies. That's sick.
To deny JP visitation with his children, citing the imminent risk and threat of harm for the children. The couple had 2 children during the marriage who are now adults. So we knew that. They had 4 children. They now have 2 teenagers and 2 adults, right? Williams said in an affidavit that we all read, a formal statement given under oath, that JP told her he had been inappropriate. I'm going to skip that word, but you guys see it. Inappropriate with underage girls in the church and had hired prostitutes during their marriage, which ended in October 2015. She stated in the same document that he blamed his immoral behavior based on the SA he experienced for years by his father, Pastor Wayne Miller. Okay?
What the fuck?
I mean, if it's true, why perpetuate it? And if it's not true, you're going to burn in hell.
Williams also said in her sworn statement that she tried to take the SA abuse accusations to police, but the girls involved were too afraid to speak out. Without those statements, police told her no one would believe her story because JP, this guy, was seen as a respected pastor and they were going through a divorce, she said in a statement, which boggles the mind in that JP already had a history. He, like, at this point, he had a criminal history. And
yeah,
he was the son of a man with a criminal history.
A pretty crazy one too.
How he would be seen as a respected pastor is just beyond me. Sometimes, like, I know.
Respected by who? You know what I mean? You didn't say respected by people that are respected, not respected by people that have integrity, morals, a moral compass. Respected by who? Respected by people who engage in the same kind of crazy shit, perhaps? I don't know. I'm not these people. I'm just trying to point out weird things.
That being a police officer is.
And by the way, TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. My name's Patrick. If you like true crime, I'm live every night. Keep tapping the screen too. Let's get the 50,000 likes. We're very close. YouTube, we got over almost 300 people watching. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel and hit the little thumbs up too. We got 119 likes. We're trying for 200. If everybody watching YouTube right now hits the like button, we'll crush that goal. Thank you for the interactions, y'all. I seriously appreciate it. And thank you for the gifts and stuff over here on TikTok. You guys don't have to do that, but it does help me go live because this channel is not monetized, TikTok. Not at all. So I appreciate it. All right, let's keep going.
It's really difficult in making those judgment calls. Oh my goodness, don't even get me started on like Gabby Petito, right? That was a judgment call coming from probably a combination of a place of wanting to be caring for Gabby and also not wanting to go through the process of all the paperwork and all that stuff, right? Like, I know that they're not perfect and I know that it's hard, but my goodness. Oh, okay.
KD, thank you.
Williams did not respond to
Howdy,
interview
ma'am.
requests from the Post and Courier. Let me check something here real quick, guys. Okay. Church leaders tried to make JP step down and seek
KD,
counseling,
thank you.
Williams said in her statement, but he told them he had 100% decision-making authority at Solid Rock. Yeah, he had set himself up with all the power at Solid Rock during the time of his divorce from Alison Williams. And even later, we'll find out here in just a bit, he may not have had 100% power, but he had 100% control. Okay. As the congregation dwindled in the wake of the scandal, JP began to recruit new members, she stated. His confessions of a checkered past, this is the part, guys. His confessions of a checkered past forged a bond with his evangelical congregation when his sermons cast him as a sinner who found salvation, said former church member Eric Weber, or Weber. However, I'm going to say Weber because I had a friend named Tony Weber who spelled it that way. It could be some other pronunciation, I guess. But listen, this is the brand of Christianity that many people subscribe to. Many good people subscribe to this, that, hey, we're all sinners. And when somebody has
No, I didn't see the church thing, Jennifer.
has fallen deeply,
Y'all tag me in those videos. If you see something that you want me to see or talk about, tag me in those videos. Literally everybody. TikTok, hit the follow button. But if you see a video that you're like, oh, damn, Patrick needs to know this, boom, at The Haunted Side. And YouTube, it's at The Mystery Project. And TikTok, come over to YouTube and subscribe. The Mystery Project on YouTube. You can watch the video we're watching right now.
and confesses it, that seems to give them more credibility, right? And to me, I mean, while the followers, I applaud them for their forgiveness and for their ability to I guess, yeah, just forgive. Also, red flags, people, don't be following somebody like that. Maybe be befriending somebody like that, fellowship.
What? Befriending? Hell no. Call that shit out. Call that shit out. Let them know that
Shipping somebody like that, but don't be following somebody like that. Okay. All right. Weber, who joined the church in 2021, said Miller seemed a, quote, humble, repentant person who publicly took responsibility for his divorce for a while. I should actually go back, guys. You guys know that I'm a practicing faithful Christian. And I really don't like to bring religion and so forth and scripture into my live streams. But of course, you know what? Never mind. Just
no, Gavin, say it. Oh no, say it.
Yeah. Make good judgments, people, and do your best. Okay. All right.
True. That's good advice right there.
JP would say, quote, I'm a sinner like you, so it was fairly easy to forgive him as a changed man. Okay, I'm going to say what I was going to say.
Yes, thank you.
Like, wait until you can see the fruits of their change. Okay? All right. We all wanted the power to be redeemed from our sinful natures. Yeah, so he took advantage of that forgiving nature that is like a bedrock principle of Christianity.
Yup, that shit pissed me off too, because it always seemed like he was preaching from like that place of authority, right? And he's like, well, we all, you know, and he's like, you know, talking about all this bad shit that he did. And I get it. There are some really amazing people that did a lot of bad things in the past. And the biggest thing is that those people typically changed their behavior. They changed the things that they did and the way that they handled situations in the world and things like that. Hats off to those kind of people. Absolutely incredible. Because, yeah, nobody's perfect. We're not perfect. We all do dumb shit, right? But do you keep doing it? Is it something that's like a core part of your personality and your being? Then it gets a little weird when you're saying, I'm holier than thou. Oh. And then you go hire homeless people to... Y'all know what I'm talking about. You've seen those videos of people talking about that shit. You crazy as hell for that too. What the hell? I don't understand people sometimes. You know what, Lord, send the asteroid. This is crazy as hell. Send the asteroid. Y'all, we need 8 more cowboy hats on TikTok too. Also, tap the screen like crazy. Let's get 75,000 likes. Hit the follow button if you're new here, y'all. We got to share this stream out. And come over to YouTube if you want to watch the video with us. The Mystery Project. Let's go.
He took advantage of it. And through the power of his performance and his charisma, got like 700 people to follow him. Okay. But as Miller's marriage to Micah also crumbled, Weber saw a drastic change. Quote, JP started acting more and more, Weber paused for the precise word, evil. His
Kylie, howdy, ma'am, howdy, ma'am. And I think I owe you one too, don't I? Well, who is this person trying to get me to join their live stream? No, I'm good. I owe you one, don't I? Howdy, ma'am. Howdy, ma'am. Thank you for the love. Okay. Back, snap, back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity.
Became very myopic and narcissistic, he said. Disillusioned, Weber left the church last year. Micah Miller's accusations against JP sound similar.
Is that Ash too? Oh my God. Howdy, ma'am. Howdy, ma'am. What jingle is that? Y'all made me forget that one. Oh, y'all told me once, but I forgot it. Plug it in, plug it in. Got it. Anyways, sorry, y'all. Squirrel. ADHD.
To the patterns often seen in high risk, we'll call it DV cases, said Sarah Barber, executive director of the South Carolina Coalition Against DV and SA. Quote, we often want to see people as good or bad. We really struggle as a culture with seeing people as complicated, she said, especially when it comes to faith. Challenges to that, challenges to how they've committed their belief system kind of rock them to their core. So if there's a narrative that can explain things away, that's very appealing to people. Hey, by the way, guys, we've got like 500 of us here. So we've got a lot. You guys are being awesome in the chat. You guys always are. You're respectful and you interact with one another. It's so terrific. Please do me the favor. If there's something that you want directed to me that I might want to include in this live stream, just put GF in your comment because I will filter those comments out so that I can include those. Okay. I'm going to stick that filter in there just so you know. Okay. I'll keep that up for just a second. All right. Ministry and marital troubles. J.P. Miller founded Solid Rock Ministries in 2006 with a sermon in the Socasti Library. Sorry if I mispronounced that. According to a biography on the church website. The bio says he had spent his teenage years playing piano in church and nightclubs and, quote, thought church was for fake.
And nightclubs?
What the fuck?
The hell? Michael, I'm new here. This is my first time watching. Welcome in, y'all. Put some thumbs up in the chat for Michael. Who else is new here? Put some thumbs up if you're new here. Welcome in on YouTube. Subscribe and hit that thumbs up button, y'all. We're at 148 likes. We're trying to get to 200. Everybody hit the thumbs up on YouTube. Tap the screen over on TikTok, too. Hit the follow button. Thanks for the love, y'all. I appreciate it. These cases get pretty tragic, so it's good that I have such amazing people that come in night after night and hang out with me. I didn't think anybody would care. I thought I'd have 6 people and 2 of them would be my mom and one of her fake profiles. Nope. Janelle, howdy, ma'am. Thank you. You guys come in. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Delinda, howdy, ma'am. Thank you. Damn. All right, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
People who are one way in public and another way behind closed doors. Well, I've got news for you, Pastor Miller. At least in your life, Your church has at least one fake person who is one way in public and one way behind closed doors. I
Damn, Delinda had a
mean,
man.
how perfect is that? His father, Reginald Wayne Miller, is a pastor who once had a thriving congregation described as the largest charismatic church in eastern South Carolina. He also had a Bible college and a morning TV show called Good Morning Jesus. That empire crumbled after he was accused of this kind of.
He had a morning show called Good Morning Jesus. How do we find that? Good Morning Jesus. Reginald Miller, South Carolina. Oh, I'm gonna have to do some hunting for that. I can't even imagine how crazy shit that would be.
Of misconduct and convicted of federal charges for forcing international students at his school to work for little or no payment. We also know that he cannot enter the country of Pakistan for the things that he has done to children there. This guy is.
You what?
Holy hell, man! You gonna burn in hell for that one.
A problem. All right. JP had also experienced legal problems. Talked about this a little earlier. 8 years before that first library sermon, he was convicted of hitting a woman with his truck in a subdivision near Myrtle Beach and continuing to drive nearly 100 yards with her on the hood before stopping. They've included some. This is the photo. It's a screen grab of Micah going into the pawn shop where she purchased a gun. Okay, JP in court records accused the woman of harassing him, jumping on the hood of his truck, trying to damage it, and refusing to get off. He received, I don't know how that happened, he received a pardon for the charge in 2022. Pardon would have come, I'm guessing that was a state charge, so that pardon would have come from the governor, right? Is that how that works? Oh my goodness. By then, he was delivering sermons in Myrtle Beach at the former Air Force chapel he acquired from his father's religious organization. That is how he got the building where Solid Rock at Market Common was being, or still is being operated, right? His dad owned it. All right. It's in the wealthy Market Common neighborhood dotted with hundreds of homes and dozens of businesses. The church was named the best house of worship in Myrtle Beach each of the past 4 years, Miller said in a recent sermon.
What? What the fuck?
Was it also the only one in the? Never mind.
Okay. He was also minority owner of a dueling piano bar, Crocodile Rocks, located next to the Hard Rock Cafe in the sprawling tourist destination Broadway at the Beach. It sells, oh my goodness, 42-ounce Big A drinks to customers who can request tunes by the two pianists on stage.
42-ounce drinks? Holy hell.
Okay. 2 people who worked at the bar told the Post and Courier they were shocked when they learned Miller was a married pastor.
Yeah, because he allegedly was running around diddling and blah, 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 blah. He was rocking some crocodiles, all right, though. He was rocking some crocs. By the way, TikTok, hit the follow button, tap the screen like crazy. 75,000 likes. Let's get it. Come on, y'all. My name's Patrick. If you're new here, I'm live every single night. Same thing, YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up button, too. We're at 153 likes, almost 200 likes. If everybody watching hits the thumbs up, we'll crush that goal. Thank you so much for the love. TikTok, also do me a huge favor. There's a video I just posted before I went live. It's the picture of JP with the Spider-Man in the background, his little video that he posted, his little TikTok that he posted. Whoa. Y'all, go right now, click my face, go to the profile, click that video, leave a like, leave a comment, repost it, share it, hit favorite it, do all the things, y'all. Do me a favor. People need to see that video. It is crazy as hell. We got 500 something likes, over 100 comments, but y'all, can we get like 1,000 likes and like 200 comments, y'all? Spread that video out because people need to see it. And I'm telling you, he's got a life-size Spider-Man doll or something behind him. And that is the least crazy thing in that video. And it's pretty damn crazy. That's the least crazy thing. So y'all click my face, go to the profile. It's the last one. It says JP Miller breaks his silence. Go spread that out. YouTube. Don't worry, I'll put it up on YouTube after this live stream too. All right, let's keep going, y'all. Let's keep going. And we're at 164 likes on YouTube. Thanks, y'all.
Guy, let's go back up here. Church. Where is that? Where was that? Yeah. He thought church was for fake people who are one way in public and another way behind closed doors. Well, apparently,
What?
yeah. So they were shocked to learn that JP, Pastor JP, was a married pastor. Meanwhile, many people, including some elders at Solid Rock, didn't know he owned a bar or drank alcohol there. And until Micah died, they said, they didn't know the full extent of his marital problems. So he was able to keep that ownership of that. He was a minority owner. Let's be fair. But he was able to keep that under wraps from the church. They had no idea. Guys, if my church found out that I owned a bar, there would be issues at church. Okay.
That communion, that blood of Christ would be a lot stronger. Holy shit, is this a gin and tonic?
Micah Miller accused him of adultery, locking her out of their home, and threatening to throw her belongings outside, according to court records she filed in October seeking a divorce. She stated that he had demeaned her in front of the congregation as well, which people have stated online, by the way, and have even shown. I think a good example of that is the whole, y'all know that my wife had mental illness, and the whole
crazy as hell
18 of y'all are trying to get secrets out of my wife thing, right? Okay, and she told police in March that every time she blocked his phone number, he called from a new one. She's not the only woman who felt mistreated. These are family members of Micah Miller. I believe that's her dad, her sister, and brother, I think. I should know their names right now. Okay, no punishment. During one of the couple's separations last year, JP went on dates with the adult daughter of a family in the church. The chutzpah.
What?
Man.
Jenny, howdy, ma'am.
The chutzpah.
Oh, we hit it too. Jenny, howdy, ma'am. Howdy, ma'am. Thank you.
The family would soon confront JP and the elders about his behavior during those dates, according to 5 people connected to the church. They have 5 people that confirm this in the report. The Post and Courier reviewed text messages in which JP apologized for what he called, quote, ungodly actions, and
what?
Blamed it on bipolar episodes stemming from the stress of his marriage disintegrating.
Your marriage is disintegrating, so you have bipolar episodes that you start dating the adult child of one of the people that goes to your church? What the hell are you talking about? That's the craziest thing I've ever seen. Mass, thank you for the hearts. There we go. Appreciate it, y'all. Too sweet.
The family left the church. JP faced no punishment, church members said. Quote, the atmosphere was that if there was a problem, all you can really do is to leave and leave quietly, said Bernard Kennerson, who resigned as a church elder the week after Micah's death.
Lord have mercy. Jenny, you're going haywire. Thank you. Jenny, you're so sweet. Y'all put some hearts in the chat for Jenny.
And this has been corroborated, guys. This has been corroborated by other people who have said on the record in interviews with media and on Facebook that when they left and went to another church, JP Miller would call the church to try to cause problems for that family or that person, right? So, yeah, this whole thing where Mr. Kennerson says all you can do is leave and leave quietly seems to be the real deal. Okay, Kennerson wasn't an elder when the family accused JP of misconduct, but said he witnessed during his short time in a leadership position how JP and his spiritual advisor, Charles Randall, were the only people with any power at Solid Rock. And if I remember correctly...
Damn. Jenny, what? You crazy. Thank you so much. Damn. TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. Tap the screen. Look very close to 75,000 likes. YouTube, hit the subscribe button and make sure you leave a like on the video. We're at 167 likes, very close to 200, y'all. Everybody watching, hit the thumbs up on YouTube. I appreciate it. And TikTok, come over to YouTube if you want to watch the video with us. Just search The Mystery Project. This should be pinned up on the page. Come on, y'all. Come hang out. The Mystery Project. Search it on YouTube.
That the day after Micah died, when JP made that announcement, it was Mr. Randall who was on stage with him and who said the prayer afterwards. So those two seem to have the power there. And by the way, like, this wouldn't be a problem if the people in charge of a congregation were righteous people, right? That'd be great.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the dream.
Like, you want to endow people who are terrific people with power and authority, right? But man,
amen. Oh, Angie, thank you. Galaxy Gang, thank you.
when they are, and I'm not accusing Mr. Randall of anything, but if JP is, as has been reported, when they're that bad, it causes some serious problems. Okay, another picture of Micah from the Ring camera. Okay, the church was unwilling or unable to hold him accountable, including after JP confessed to the congregation that he had engaged in drug use during a trip to Disney World in recent years, according to 4 people who attended the church.
What? What the hell are you talking about? That's crazy as hell. What do? You eat some mushrooms and the character started coming alive? What would you even do at Disneyland? I know that you weren't doing well, it wouldn't be very smart to smoke the green stuff and then spend $7,000 at one of the food courts there. Can I have 14 funnel cakes? That'll be $893. Oh, shit.
Sierra Francis, Micah's sister, said when she was a teenager attending the church with her family, JP wasn't allowed to close the door to his office during meetings with girls or women. The place always felt more like a cult than a church to her, Francis said. I should do this. Okay. Everybody else just pretended that nothing bad was happening here or there, she said. Sorry, guys, I'm having issues here. Here are pictures of protest.
It's all good, Gavin. Take a little break. Get yourself a little ghost tea. Not sponsored, but my God, they are delicious.
Protesters across the street from Solid Rock Church there in Market Common.
Ozzy, thank you.
Area of Myrtle Beach. Okay, I'm armed. I'm ready. In 2022, Micah sought shelter at the Francis home in the upstate for a few days. Francis said a church leader helped Micah escape JP's house after he pounded on the door and yelled while she was locked in a bedroom. In text messages to Francis, JP,
I think we saw that, didn't we? We saw that video.
He threatened to
Angie, thank you.
Show up at her house writing, "I'm armed, I'm ready. Also, I'm unhinged.
Yeah, creepy as hell.
And also, I'm unwell mentally and emotionally. And also, I'm an unstable piece of dookie." All right.
Hey, there you go. Let it out, Gavin. Let it out.
The couple's marriage had been steeped in odd acts and secrecy from the very beginning. They had married covert. I did not know this, guys. I did not know this before this was written, before I read this, right? Okay. They had married covertly before staging a public ceremony at the church in 2017, Micah's divorce lawyer, Regina Ward, said. This is Attorney Ward, who did the press conference last week. JP convinced Micah that it was the best way for him to be her caretaker when she underwent breast augmentation surgery at his urging, Ward said.
You what?
How dare you?
Family didn't learn about the marriage until the after effects of the anesthesia triggered bizarre behaviors that landed Micah in a mental hospital, Ward said. They showed up at the hospital, and JP refused to let them see her, according to Attorney Ward, because he was her husband, and they had no idea. Oh my goodness.
Whoa.
As a father, I would go ballistic. I would have a criminal record.
Gavin, allegedly. I feel you. I got you though. Gavin means allegedly.
At that moment, that would be the beginning of Gavin's criminal record. Oh
Allegedly. I got you, sir. I got Gavin. It's all good. I got you.
my goodness.
Allegedly.
That is shocking and disturbing and just angering, man. Okay. It was the first step.
Oh, he'd be talking like that the rest of his life. Eating out of a straw.
And a pattern
Allegedly.
of trying to isolate Micah from her family, Micah's sisters said. JP convinced Micah to dismiss the October divorce case. He had so much emotional and mental control, that coercive control that he was, if what is said in Micah's list is true, he had systematically gained control over her mind and spirit. So he convinced her to dismiss that divorce case, I'm sure, probably with ease. Then he had her involuntarily committed to a psychiatric facility in February, Ward said. He filed his own case against her before dismissing it. He had convinced Micah to give him power of attorney over her healthcare decisions, which he used to have her hospitalized, Ward said. Give me just a second.
Whoa. Thanks for the follows, y'all. TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. Tap the screen like crazy. And thank you for the finger hearts. Ozzy, getting them started. Also, 75,000 likes. We crushed it. Let's go for 100, y'all. Come on. Everybody just tap the screen like crazy. Come over to YouTube. Oh, and YouTube. There's enough people that are finding the channel new on YouTube that if you want to come over to TikTok, you can. On TikTok, it's The Haunted Side. And on YouTube, it's The Mystery Project. So YouTube, you want to come on over and watch and interact with the people in the TikTok chat, you're more than welcome to. Just search The Haunted Side. And on TikTok, if you want to come over and interact with people on YouTube and see the video. That's the thing about YouTube. You get to actually see the video that we're watching. More than welcome to. Come on over. It's The Mystery Project on YouTube and The Haunted Side on TikTok.
Okay. After her release, Micah called police at least 5 times on her husband, accusing him of tracking, harassing, and threatening her. And her accusations were well-founded. A mechanic found a tracker on her car, and there were devices in her tires to slash her tires. And she has him on video coming up to her in public places, stuff like that. It's crazy.
Yep.
During the same period in March, JP accused her of stealing from a church bank account, but the case was closed after Micah proved the allegation was false. Soon after, in April, she filed legal separation paperwork, a common step to start dividing assets on the path toward divorce. She also made an extensive list for Ward outlining JP's behavior. That list is probably the foundation of Micah's list. Quote, "This is about domestic abuse," Ward said. "People have a hard time wrapping their mind around the idea that somebody can't just walk out the door. And it's hard, especially if you feel like as a biblical woman or a spiritual woman that you're supposed to obey your husband," which I think is something that he pounded into her for years.
Yeah, well, it does help to be the kind of husband that people want to listen to. Be the kind of pastor that people want to emulate. Be the type of person that other people go, wow, that guy's making a difference in a good way. I want to be more like that. Not a gigantic pile of human garbage.
Probably starting with their covert marriage in 2015. Micah also provided Ward with 11 of her journals. We know that many of her journals, her iCloud account, it is alleged, let's say, were destroyed while she was involuntarily hospitalized. But 11 journals remain. The attorney declined to share copies with the Post and Courier, but she said they include Micah's descriptions of alleged abuse and her attempts to square her religious beliefs surrounding divorce and forgiveness with the personal hell she was living through. In March, Micah posted a video online where she spoke about abusive relationships and her faith. We looked at that video once again in our the last time we came together to talk about Micah. God hates divorce, but why? This is Micah speaking. It's because it hurts people, she said. But does abuse hurt people? How do you think God feels about that? Like, she was finally coming out of it. Ward and Francis said Micah had settled on the idea of a no-fault divorce before her death because she didn't want to hurt the church. Oh my goodness, that church needs some hurting. But she loved it, and she probably loved the people there.
Well,
and probably
I don't think it's necessarily the church needs some hurting. I think that church needs some accountability. Because you don't try to go out and hurt people, but when people are hurting people, you call them out on it. It's called accountability. Everybody say it with me. Type it in the chat, y'all. Everybody watching right now, in every single chat that we have, type it out. Let's see how many people spell it correctly too. I can't spell for shit. I can't spell that word. Accountability. That's what it's called. Puffy Tacos, welcome. Thanks for popping over. See, Ash got it right. Accountability. It's plain and simple. And there's not enough of that going around nowadays. And you wonder why we have so many people doing all these crazy things, because they think, oh, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Oh, but me, crying on the grass. And no. Hold yourself accountable and just do the world a favor. Right? Look at that. That's a whole bunch of accountabilities. Thank you. See? All right, let's keep going. By the way, YouTube, we're 10 likes away. 10 people, hit the like button. I appreciate it. YouTube, hit the like button. TikTok, keep tapping the screen too. We're almost at 100,000. And thank you for the little finger hearts, y'all. We're trying to get 200. Thank you for that.
because they were worthy of her love, right? There were a lot of good people there at the church. Then there was JP. But anyway, when things would get really bad, Ward said, Micah would threaten to expose her husband's behavior to his church members. Weber, the former Solid Rock member, empathizes with Micah's sense of the church as a community that loved her. He felt the 700-member congregation was a supportive community despite the increasingly erratic pastor. Weber said his family and many others offered their homes to protect Micah. I wonder if he was one of the 18 people that JP
Probably
Miller looked through her phone and saw the text of. Quote, this is Weber talking. They realized she was in trouble, that she was being abused, although I don't know if anybody knew the extent of it, Weber told the Post and Courier. After Micah's death, the legal separation case became primarily about getting her belongings, Ward said. On June 5th, a judge approved a temporary order, which Attorney Ward announced on the 5th, agreed to, or the 6th, whenever it was, agreed, blah, blah, blah. Let me go back. On June 5th, a judge approved a temporary order agreed to by both Micah's family and JP Miller. The order allows Ward to take possession of Micah's cell phone, purse, and other personal property being held by authorities in North Carolina, where Micah's body was found. The order also prevents the two families from contacting each other, except through their lawyers as the case moves forward. I personally, guys, am highly doubtful that Pastor JP Miller is going to abide by that agreement. Based on the alleged behavior that has been shared with us, especially.
You what?
no way. Really? I'm being facetious. Yup.
Last week by Attorney Ward, and knowing that he allegedly stalked and confronted Sierra Francis and her children at the mall. The fact that he was stalking Micah Miller. Those are my words, my opinion, right? But stalking Micah, showing up at gas stations and her place of work and stuff like that he's not going to be able to abide by that. And I hope that will bring a criminal
charge.
What do we call that? Protection order. Oh my goodness. Okay.
And a protection order. And if he breaks it, criminal charges.
Ward, who is also researching whether the family should file a wrongful death suit, I believe that they should, because I believe he is responsible, has added solid rock to the complaint because JP sold the house to the church. She contends that Micah's estate should be entitled to at least a portion of its value. Ward said JP used the church as a weapon against Micah, including using church letterhead to write letters that disparaged and demeaned her. Ward said,
because he knew how devout she was to the church and to the teachings and the Bible and things like that. And he's using that against her.
he has made similar
You sick son of a...
Bruh.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
complaints about Micah's behavior. He's a projector, Ward said. Whatever he's doing to other people, he's saying that's what they're doing to him. And when I read that sentence, guys, you know I love really good lawyering. I love this. Lawyers are typically very careful about the kinds of things that they will say about anybody that across the aisle. And then I know that this is a civil matter, right? So this is a plaintiff defense kind of thing here. But lawyers are typically very careful about what they will and won't say about their opposition. This statement appears dangerous. What is the word? Like, it just appears dangerously close to slander. And it feels to me that Attorney Ward, who, based on her performance, and I've only seen the one performance at the press conference, but based on that performance, she's solid. She's a great attorney. Anyway,
there you go.
I think that she is goading him. It feels like she is goading him. Please go ahead and come at me. This is a come at me, bro sentence, right? When she said, he's a projector, whatever he's doing to other people, he says that's what they're doing to him. So good on Attorney Ward. She's not afraid, and that makes me really happy.
You know what the best protection against slander and defamation is, y'all? You know what it is? The best protection. You know what it is? The truth. Speaking the truth. It's not slander. It's not defamation. If it's true. Sorry, YouTube and Rumble. I don't know if that sounded weird as shit. I put the microphone really close to my face. What is in this? Is this? Oh, it's just energy. That was going to be a gin and tonic. Y'all, thehauntedSide.com. Go check it out. Support the show directly. Links in the bio over here on TikTok. Hit the follow button. Tap the screen like crazy. Come over to YouTube. YouTube, we got it. 211 likes. Thank you so much, y'all. Make sure you subscribe. Keep going. Let's see if we can get 300 likes, YouTube. We haven't done that on a live stream yet. Let's keep going.
Okay. Unforgiveness, hatred, demons coming out of me. Sometimes, while he preached, JP would offer small glimpses into his messy life. In October, he told congregants in a videotaped sermon that he was struggling taking 900 milligrams of lithium, a mood stabilizer often used to treat mental illness like bipolar disorder. He said he was seeing a psychiatrist and counselor and was battling to get out of bed in the mornings. Quote, I have unforgiveness, hatred,
and apparently out of the lawn in the afternoons.
Demons coming out of me, he said. In an April sermon, Miller said, quote, I'm in a winter season like you can't even imagine. I hate my life right now. It feels like it will last forever. The day after Micah died, JP texted her family, Francis said, quote, this is what happens when you try to encourage someone to divorce the person they love and tell them they don't need medicine and that they're not ill when they are, JP allegedly wrote, according to text messages Micah's family has shared online. He continues, good job, Francis family. So he is blaming the Francis family for Micah's death. That is exactly what Attorney Ward said up here. He's a projector, right? Okay. JP said in a recent live TikTok interview, I can't believe I haven't watched that. If you guys know where that is, this is a good opportunity. If you guys know where that is, please head over to my website. Like, I would like the source TikTok video, the source live video. Go over to my website, gavinfish.com. There's always a link down below, and click on contact and just fill out this form. You can be anonymous. You don't have to give me any of your contact information or tell me who you are. Just if you can send me a link to the original TikTok video, I would love to watch that. Okay. While we're on the subject, guys, if you're on my website and you click this little fishy right here, that will open the fish tank. We are a growing little group on Facebook. I think we've got like, what do we have? 1,400 members, and we love to talk about all the cases that I cover and some of the cases that I don't. And this is actually a place sometimes where I learn about cases to cover. So please join us over there on the fish tank. You can either click
damn
the little fishy icon at gavinfish.com, or you can just go to
because it's his last name. I get it.
Facebook and search the fish tank or search Gavin Fish. You will find it. Okay. But please, 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 if you have a link to that original TikTok, I would love to see it. Okay. Back to the story. Okay. JP said in a recent live TikTok interview that he'll release information soon showing he was the only person trying to help Micah. Oh my goodness. Project much? He said he went to 48 people in 3 months, and nobody believed him that Micah was planning on doing anything to herself and needed lithium. Micah's sister insists she never.
Who keeps that accurate of a count of people? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like somebody that's like, what are you talking about? I went to 48 people over the past month. What? Why would you know it's 48 people? Why wouldn't you just say, I've went to like several dozen people? I've went to around 50 people. 48 stores. What are you, a flight attendant?
Had any mental health problems before marrying JP, which is important.
That says a lot.
In a February sermon titled Be a Peacemaker, JP told worshipers not everyone is who they say they are. Oh my goodness. Again, project much? If you knew every single thing about me, everything I've done wrong, you probably wouldn't be here today. He probably did it in this voice. If you knew every little thing.
You're good at that too, Gavin.
Everything I've done wrong, you probably wouldn't be here today. That's probably what he sounded like. And you probably wouldn't want to be my friend. JP announced he was taking a break from the church after his wife's funeral, leaving it in the hands of his trusted spiritual advisor, Bishop Charles Randall. At the Memorial Day worship.
Oh, damn, Samantha. His dad is my neighbor. Oh, my God. I bet you see some crazy stuff. Oh, my word.
Service. A burly but friendly usher in a bright shirt, green Bermuda shorts, and a newsboy cap stood at the top of the church steps and politely inspected women's bags for weapons before they entered. After a period of music, some worshipers recalled the days when Micah sang while JP played the piano. One woman said in a recent email from the church, I'm reading that wrong. Sorry. One woman said a recent email from the church cautioned members about speaking to visitors because they might be reporters. By the way, I think it is this one right here, right? This video where we're seeing Micah singing. Look who is on the piano in the back. That is JP, right? This guy is a performer. I think it looks like JP. I believe that is JP. This guy.
Ironically, the other members in the band look like they're wearing prison jumpsuits. That's ironic. A little foreshadowing, maybe?
How dare you?
I don't know. I'm not these people.
Guy is a performance artist, a talented. Like,
ooh, Samantha, really? Damn.
Like, no question.
Send me some pictures.
And talented.
Patrick at thehauntedSide.com.
And he used that talent for nefarious means, in my opinion. Okay. Before Randall introduced the guest pastor who would preach that day, he told the congregation that he was still helping JP work through some issues. Randall joked that he hadn't thrown him overboard, so people who claimed he had been fired are lying. But there were no professions of loyalty or confidence in his return. Across the street, 10 protesters held signs inscribed with "Justice for Micah" under the broiling sun. Cars honking appreciatively punctuated the worship. Sometimes they heckle us, one worshiper said, with no trace of anger. Okay, problem shepherd. Bernard and Susan Kennerson led a Sunday night service at Solid Rock after being ordained as ministers and elders in October. Bernard Kennerson knew JP's marriage was falling apart, and thought he might be called to step in while JP took some time to repair his relationship. But the Kennersons were blind to the details. Miller convinced church elders that Micah had been having a psychotic episode for months and that anything she said couldn't be trusted. Bernard Kennerson said JP would sometimes show elders a 3-inch thick notebook he claimed was documentation of Micah's mental health problems.
What?
Man, like the same
Who has that?
techniques that he was using on Micah at home and Allison before that, he was using on the elders of his church, it appears. Kennerson received a call soon after Micah's death on April 27th asking him to prepare a sermon for the next day. 10 minutes later, he received a text saying JP planned to preach. We have seen part of that sermon just here today, and you guys can go online and you can watch it. It's nuts. The following one, like, it's nuts in that JP preached an entire sermon for like however long it was, an hour or something like that. And then and only then did he then make the announcement that Micah had died. Again, that whole, like, I bet everybody just felt like, whoa, left turn here, right? Like, that is nuts. That is crazy.
That's heartbreaking.
Okay, the following Wednesdays, the elders met, a dozen of them. The message from JP and Randall was that all this would blow over in a couple of weeks. JP would step down temporarily. At this meeting, like others, the elders had no real power. Decisions flowed from JP and Randall, Kennerson said. The elders didn't even see church financial statements. One left the church because of the secrecy around money, he said. And that was one of the main tenets of this church, was to give, right? Now, when people give to the church, what do they expect for their gift? They expect that there will be good stewardship of the monies that are given, and that those monies will be used for some good, right?
Righteously used.
Missions, and to help the poor, and to, keep the lights on, some good things. But I think what was happening is just JP was enriching himself. That's what I think. Okay. JP went around the room.
What do y'all think about that? Thumbs up? You think so? You think that's probably the case? Thumbs down? No. It was all being used for righteous endeavors.
And asked the elders how they and their families were
What do y'all think? Thumbs up, thumbs down?
processing the situation, Kennerson said. One elder said what others were thinking. He didn't care if the police came in and hauled JP off in handcuffs because he attends church to serve the Lord, not the pastor. Good for him. The main focus of the meeting was to protect JP and protect the church, Kennerson said. It was damage control. Randall told a reporter that he would only speak about Micah's
A whole lot of thumbs up.
role in the church's Africa missions, but repeatedly said it was a bad time to talk when he answered the phone. Okay. There's so much garbage. Let's see, this is Randall. Quote, "There's so much garbage out there about the pastor and his past life and stuff like that until I just always screen everything before I respond to it," Randall said in one brief conversation. "I didn't want to venture into all the crazy stuff about the man killed his wife and abused his wife and all that because I know that's not so. I've been real close to them since September." So you hardly knew him. Okay. Bernard Kennerson said he met with JP one day last August to issue a warning. Kennerson confronted him about the rumors going around the church despite not knowing full details at the time. He told JP that whatever he'd done, God knows. Kennerson said JP seemed to get the message and agreed he needed to do better. They ended the meeting with a prayer. Kennerson said he later learned at least 4 other people had also advised the pastor to change his ways. But nothing changed. If anything, Kennerson said, it got worse. "I'm still torn up about the fact that it took Micah's death, but what's happening with him and Solid Rock Ministries, it's the judgment of God," Kennerson said. "You had a lot of good, healthy things going on. Ministry and people caring for each other and being there for each other and supporting each other. And then you've got this problem shepherd." End of quote. Property and tax records showed the church had millions of dollars in assets. Check this out. including a plane and 11 vehicles.
You what?
And plans, and I think this means a $1 million expansion at the backside of the affluent Market Common neighborhood. I don't think they were going to do a $1 expansion. I think it was a $1 million expansion. Okay. Kennerson said the plane was for JP to start flying to other churches around the country to preach.
Uh-huh.
He never knew the
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
Wolf, thank you. Yeah, really? Your church bought a plane so you could fly closer to Jesus? So you could soar in the clouds like our Lord and Savior and visit other churches.
How dare you?
church owned so many vehicles, or that JP had sold the family home to the church in December for $169,000, more than $70,000 less than its market value. He never knew JP was part owner of Crocodile Rocks. Excuse me, just a second. Okay. Kennerson said JP was good at controlling the narrative about his personal life inside the church and has a close inner circle dedicated to protecting him. Quote, "We were not aware of this deep, deep, dark side," Kennerson said. Kennerson and his wife resigned the week after Micah died, when JP's private life started spilling into public view. There was no way he could walk back, or we could walk back into that situation and minister to those people, knowing that John Paul conducted himself in ways that are just unconscionable, Susan Kennerson said. "We resigned because it was obvious that there are things going on there that aren't right, and it's more than just JP." Yeah, honestly, guys, I think that when you're running a money printing business,
right? MV, good to see ya. Thanks for the heartbeat.
that JP Miller was running there at Solid Rock, that anybody who is, and I'm not accusing anybody of it, but I would imagine that, like, people are people, right? So if you are part of this money-making enterprise and it's giving you a very good life, a good lifestyle, yeah, you would protect that for sure. And of course, like, there are other reasons why a person would protect their church other than nefarious reasons. They might have the
Anthony, thank you.
wall pulled
Wolves, thank you.
over their eyes as well. But either way, dude had insulation going on, right?
Right.
Okay, Bernard Kennerson said he was hesitant to speak out initially because he is this, and he worried no one would believe him.
Whoa.
He also worried about inviting JP's wrath, but after people started posting photos of him with Miller and pointing out his offender
Dan CPAC, good to see you.
status, he decided to share his story and let people know he was never close friends with JP. Henderson was convicted of this in 1990 while he was in the Army. He spent 4.5 years in the military prison at Fort Leavenworth in Kansas. He said he gave his life to God that same year. He met his wife.
That's crazy as hell.
While in prison, they've been married 29 years. So this is what I'm talking about when you're like, okay, no, this isn't what I'm talking about. Yeah, never mind. Okay. He describes the crime as the most horrible thing in his life and said he still feels remorse about it. He made sure JP knew about it before he ever attended Solid Rock, Kennerson said. It took 3 sermons earlier this year for Chastity Abuadas to decide Solid Rock wasn't for her. She heard some of the rumors about JP, but something she still can't quite pinpoint about his sermons made her uncomfortable. She remembers telling a friend, he's a good...
Probably the fact that everything he says, you want to go,
why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
Maybe that's what was weird about his sermons.
Good speaker, but so is the devil. Wow. Sins of the father. Okay, we're going to get into Wayne Miller, Reginald Wayne. Here we go. JP Miller was fond of saying during sermons that when he was growing up, his family, quote, put the funk in dysfunctional. Okay, that's a kitschy little phrase. Wayne Miller
Emotional damage.
Oh, okay.
Miller's ex-wife, Susan Miller, said in her
Oh, gee, thank you. We might hit that. MV, thank you.
divorce filing that she once woke up in the middle of the night unable to find her husband. The next morning, she learned he was in a bedroom with a man who had attended the Bible school. She also described
What? MV, thank
a
you.
manipulator with a violent temper. I mean, does this sound familiar? Saying he once beat JP, who was 5 or 6 at the time, with a leather belt at Disney World. Bloody
Jesus. What the hell is wrong with these people?
stripes covered both of the child's legs, she said. When JP was a teenager, he and his father would get in fights that resulted in police showing up to the house. Spare the rod, spoil the child, she wrote that he told her, citing a Bible verse to excuse the abuse. It's like, this is a moment where I'm like, dude, this guy never had a chance. This guy never had a chance. It doesn't excuse his behavior now. It is just a reminder constantly that these kinds of abuses that are generational are very difficult to break. So difficult to break. I'm not saying you can't. You definitely can. But yeah, this guy never had a chance. Doesn't excuse him. Does not excuse him. Susan Miller declined an interview request. Her affidavit doesn't mention the alleged SA of JP contained in the sworn statement from JP's first wife. JP's church services still take place in the same former Air Force chapel his father bought when he moved from Florence to Myrtle Beach to restart his ministry. Wayne Miller declined an interview request, but he allowed a reporter to attend a service inside the storefront church where he
MV, thank you.
preaches. He said he's wary of reporters because they always bring up accusations from his past that are hurtful. Yeah, hurtful to others.
Yeah, hurtful to others. Exactly. That's crazy. Don't talk about things that I did wrong to other people.
Mr. Miller.
What?
Miller said he isn't perfect. Of course not. But not every accusation is true. Okay. Miller said his Bible college graduates about 100 students a year. During the church service that this reporter attended, Wayne Miller delivered a sermon about love. It rejoices in truth, he said, after playing the piano, while 2 people he described as volunteer staff sang hymns. No one else showed up. And that is the end of
Oh
the
my
article.
God. That is crazy as hell. Well, y'all, that was the only one that I had. That was the only video that I had for tonight. I gotta get some rest tonight. Tomorrow's Monday. Tomorrow's a busy day, so I'm gonna jump off. But hey, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, YouTube. Do me a favor, real quick. Hit the subscribe button before you go, and y'all hit that thumbs up button. We're at 237 thumbs up. Can we get to 300? Everybody watching right now, just hit the little thumbs up button. Support the channel. It just spreads the word about the video. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Same thing on Rumble. I love you guys. Have a wonderful night, and I'll see everybody tomorrow. And